Well, that is the process if we want to have electricity and we're in a secluded area and we have no shore power. So what we'll have to do is plug in the receptacle right into the camper itself, prime the generator, and attempt to start it. And once you do have it started, you see how loud it is. Now, it's not that bad if you are at the back of the camper. You don't really honestly hear the generator all that much. But if you're towards the front, because you have three sets of sleeping areas, you have above the cab, you have the dinette, which is on the other side, and you have the couch. Those all are sleeping areas. They will get to hear that generator all the time. And also, you cannot have any of these windows open because the exhaust is literally coming out on the right below the driver's side window. And you know, it's kind of loud, it's dirty, and frankly, most people that camp off grid, unless they are in a real secluded area, they don't run their generators. There is a refrigerator in here in this camper. It can be ran off of 12 volt plus the propane if so needed, but it does eat the propane pretty quickly. And this has an integrated tank, so that's really quite not that ideal. Usually we only run that as we're driving. So if you are looking for a better solution than this generator and cleaner and it won't disturb your neighbors, I got a solution for you. I'll be right back. And there you have it. You may be asking yourself, well, what is this? Well, this is the HomePower 3600 Plus by Jackery. And one thing that is absolutely unique about this is look at this receptacle right here. 30 amps right there. Perfect for us people that are using RVs. So you have the AC output. This is a NEMA TT30. This is a 60 hertz, 120 volt, 30 amp. Then below here, you'll see that these outlets are all sine wave. So that means that they are safe for all your electronics. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You have your AC button. You have your USB. You got 2 USB-Cs, which 100 watt max. So this is really good for like charging your laptops and everything. And then you have USB-A with the 18 watt max. And this will also rapidly charge all your USB devices. Here's your power and your display up front. And then as we come along to the side here, you have your AC expansion port for parallel connections. And then below there, you have your AC output reset button. And then you have your DC expansion port. That is if you want to hook up multiple batteries to expand your power. And then you have right here is your DC input and your AC input for charging. Lots of stuff going on this package here. Of course, you got your carry handle, and then you have your nice grab handle to go ahead and move it along. And these are some really nice wheels. Definitely need those. Now let's go ahead and plug in the RV. We're going to plug it into the 30 amp in the upper right. We're going to press down the power key, and then we are going to press the AC key or button on the front. Nope, I forgot to remove the protective film. Let's go ahead and take care of that right away. Now this flickering is just because of my camera. It's a very crisp, nice display. And currently we are at 383 watts at 120 volts, 60 hertz, and 2.6 hours. And currently what's operating in the camper right now is a fan and a refrigerator. So that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and hook up something. See if we could charge this. Now I have 2 solar arrays hooked up. These are 200 watts each. And there's 2 dedicated DC inputs on the side of the Jackery 3600 Plus. So let's go ahead and see what these 2 are pulling in versus what the RV is actually drawing just for the refrigerator. I turned off both fans that were in there. Okay, so where are we at? Well, we are at 393 watts. I did see this go at 401 at one point, and so that means we are at an output of 319. That means we are actively charging right now, which is great. Now, of course, we are in ideal lighting conditions. That sun is really beating down. It's nice and bright right now. So I realize not all conditions are going to be that way, but at one point we were at 250 watts, which means that we were not charging nearly fast enough and we're drawing more electricity than what we were providing. So, but right now we are currently charging, and that is a great sign. Now, of course, I know there are some creature comforts like that AC unit on the top. So let's put it just on low cool and see how much wattage it is pulling. So chances are those two solar panels will not be enough and you will need to expand your solar array. But let's go ahead and see how much it does pull. Okay, so we turn on our AC at low cool. Sorry about this, but this is real life out here. We are still maintaining around 386 watts of input, but our output has drastically changed. We're now close to 1600 watts on low cool in there. So if you're planning on some creature comforts, yeah, you're gonna have to expand your solar array and or possibly not use that AC as much as you would like. So let's continue on. So how did we do with our little test? Okay, well, we first plugged into Jackery. It was at 30% into the camper about 3 hours ago. Then we hooked up the solar panels about 2.5 hours ago. Well, we are down to 10% now. And that is only with the RV refrigerator plugged in. So there's nothing else running in the RV but the refrigerator. Currently, the refrigerator is drawing about 335 watts. The solar panels are averaging anywhere from about 175 watts to actually around just over 400. Yeah, I mean, they just won't be all that consistent. So we did see a bit of a drain on there just because the solar panels are not keeping up with the demand. So it would be my suggestion, if that you want to go with a solution like this, is to get the two 500-watt solar panels. That way you could have 1,000 watts of available charging power and hopefully keep up with the demand of the RV. Now, these solar panels are really nice. They fold up, and also they have a Type A and Type C USB port on them. So it's really nice to have as just a carry solution just to charge some devices. Now, the setup that you see that I have here is not what you would do if you were to be camping, because the Jackery cannot be left outside. It's not water resistant at all. Any moisture could damage it. So it needs to be in the RV, in your tent, or inside the house. Whatever it needs to be cannot be left outside. Even the morning dew will destroy it. So again, not water friendly. But the solar panels are. So they are water resistant. And again, when you are charging off of solar, you're going to need to follow the sun. As you can see, I'm facing the sun right now. So overall, I think it will be a great off-grid solution. But there's a couple more uses for this. Let's go explore those.
If you have a workshop, or if you just have something that you want to bring to a maker fair, this is a perfect solution. Because if the power goes out, you can still run these machines like laser engravers, 3D printers, even this big laser cutter here. So, or if you're planning on going to a maker fair, that Jackery will literally run all day. If the power goes out, all your electronics will still run. But there's even a better solution for this. Let's go check that out. This is our laundry room / utility room. Don't mind the mess here. It is a utility room. And in our utility room is our breaker panel. Instead of running extension cords everywhere to critical systems in the house, such as your refrigerator, we have 2 sump pumps and an ejector pump, we could just tie in what they call a Jackery smart transfer switch right here on the wall. And what we can do is just turn off all the other breakers in that breaker panel except for those systems that we want to run. So right here I have a little bit of a mock-up on what that would look like. That is the Jackery Smart Transfer Switch, and basically the power bank would just power those systems. And that way I could also run, again, the solar panels to there to keep it charged, and that way we have all of our basically vital systems in the house running when we need them. Hopefully I've given you enough information to see if the Jackery HomePower 3600 Plus is a right fit for you. Power out, Jackery on. Check out the Prime Day sale in the link down below. And of course, I always appreciate you tuning in to Tripod's Garage. Please have a wonderful day, evening, or weekend, or whenever you decide to watch this video. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you again on Tripod's Garage.